The best part about games with accessibility options is allowing everybody to play the way that they want to play, and you will always get more customers that way, always. And the argument of, yeah, but look at Elden Rings, it got 12 million sales. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 got more sales than Elden Ring. So did Red Dead Redemption 2. All of those games have accessibility options and story modes. So your argument that one game can sell many copies and that's your definitive proof of like hard mode games are what people want, that's not true. There was an audience built up with Dark Souls. Elden Ring sold well, but there are many other games that have story mode and adjustable difficulties that have sold way more copies than Elden Ring. And as someone with over a decade in games as a developer and a publisher, I can tell you accessibility options always sell more copies. Always. And I'm always going to err in favor of the games that make it as easy as to play as possible. And I really wish that, like, one of the coolest things Lord of the Rings Online did over the years was add landscape difficulty sliders. So you can go to the NPC now and tell the NPC, this is the experience that I want. And yeah, it's a 20-year-old game at this point, but for players to be able to go in and say, I want to be able to play this game on the easiest story mode, and then somebody else who's a veteran player coming in and saying, I want to crank that difficulty up to level 12. You're right? Like, it's nice that they have the option to do that, and that's what keeps people playing games. So accessibility options, always going to be for the win. Story mode is always the best option for the people who want it. And hard mode is always the best option for those people who want it. And I'm glad for companies like Rogue Factor who take into account the people with disabilities and the people who have accessibility needs and offer those people a way to play the games as well. And also, to go back to the snide dipshit comment about, but you have both your hands, why are you playing a controller? If you had actually been around my channel for any length of time, you'll know I'm older. I have chronic tendonitis in this wrist, which is why I don't play on mouse and keyboard anymore, because WASD, I can lose my hand for like 2 days if I do excessive typing anymore, or WASD stuff. So I play on controller specifically because I have disability issues, because I've gotten older and I've blown out my tendons over the years from all the work I've done. And then also, as an example, when I ripped my tendon off my finger 2 years ago, now when I play games that have excessive finger pull, I get massive finger fatigue. And as an example, on the PS5 controller, which is behind the desk right now, I turned off haptic feedback, because haptic feedback literally was making my finger to the point where I couldn't pull the trigger anymore. It just hurt so bad to pull the trigger because it was, I ripped the tendon off that finger 2 years ago. And so I don't have the movement that I had when I was 22 years old and my tendons were fresh and young and supple. And I'm very happy that games provide me with the option to turn off the haptic feedback, to turn off a certain option, to be able to customize my experience the way I have. A great example would be Destiny 2, which I found this out during my recent playthrough. Needing to have a single fire weapons, but now you can go to the options and make every weapon an automatic fire, so you can just hold the trigger down and it will fire at whatever is the firing rate of that weapon. That is huge for people like me who suffer from injuries related to that. So those are the reasons we want accessibility options in games. Take your challenge, shove it up your ass. That's not what everyone is playing games for. If I want to be challenged, I'll go learn a new language. Right? How many languages do you speak? That's one of those things to me. Like, challenge to me is learning a new skill, learning how to build something, learning how to do plumbing, to build a new structure on the homestead, to, like I said, take actual real world skills and apply them to something in the real world. Playing a video game is very rarely going to be skill related. Learning repetition in button pressing, it is technically a skill, but is it a real world skill? I mean, possibly there are applications for that, but Face to Life says, whatever bro, enjoy your 30 views. Hang on. Hang on. I got something for that one too, buddy. There you go. Latest collection in the merch shop. Troll tears fuel my retirement. So let's take some of face to face with life's tears. Let's dry our faces with those. Pick up some merch from the merch store, kids, and let's continue to fund my retirement with these crybaby little bitches who come into my chat. Good, noob. Come on, Gramps, learn how to play. I love now the fact that we've been building the merch store up, and I have merch for every need. It's like, oh, you want to bitch about story mode? I play games in story mode. Here's that merch store link. Oh, you want to be a trolly little bitch? Your troll tears fuel my retirement. Here's a shirt for that one. Oh, you want to say that I'm a grandpa gamer? Guess what? Grown ass man playing video games t-shirt, coffee mugs. Like, you ain't gonna break me, bitch. I'm old. I don't give a fuck. I make money off you stooges. It's awesome. Good luck with your dirty views. Accessibility. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, kids. So you'd never miss an update like this when we live stream every single morning at about 4:30 a.m. Currently playing Hell Is Us. Thanks to Rogue Factor for the key to this game. Plugging along with this for the next couple of days. We'll be doing the Indiana Jones of the Great Circle DLC on the 4th. Then we've got the Dune Awakening update on the 10th. Borderlands 4, Chronos, Dying Light, whole bunch of games this month. So stick around. We're also doing Enshrouded, a little bit of Lord of the Rings online. Let me get caught up with the rest of chat, because I know I missed a bunch of stuff in the middle of there. AFK Mars says there are so many games to play. If you play on harder difficulties, it just takes longer to clear each one, so you can't play all the games you want to. Correct. Lou says, how does someone else playing affect you? Exactly, it doesn't. Thaydor says, I'm enjoying the heck out of Enshrouded. It's a good game. Also, Enshrouded is a game that has adjustable difficulty. Just like No Man's Sky, just like Minecraft, you can adjust every little bit of Enshrouded, and that brings more people to the table, which is awesome. Hard games are like accessories for nerds, says Jason with a Y. Yes. Just to say they beat something to show off. Right. Like, and that's for me, the flex for me is not, oh, I beat this game on hard mode. The flex for me is, I speak more languages than you. My shit's paid off. My house is paid off. My property is paid off. I live a debt-free lifestyle. Like, I get to play video games for a living. Those are my flexes. Like, beating a game on hard mode is not a flex. That's not a flex. That's like saying you fap to waifus. That's not a flex, brah. Not a flex. Jared says, digging the old school feel of this game. Nice. It is a good game. Thayndar's on the Flint grind for the Flint. Oh, yeah, there's some cool housing options in Enshrouded for sure. The hunt for twigs, says Lou. You can also set a garden up to grow twigs, Lou. If you that's what I did on my main, is put a garden patch up with shrubs, I think. One of those bushes, because you get twigs from it. Death Croba says, as a Souls vet, the main reason Elden Ring did so well is because it has the most tools to help the player progress they want out of all the Souls titles, aka it is the most accessible type of Souls game. You're not wrong. It's definitely one of those games that allowed people to have a lot of different ways to approach the game. John Kuhn says, yep, I have tendonitis that flares up bad in certain games. Oh yeah, no, I blew out my, this right here, that connects these two fingers. So I squeezed sponges for 20 plus years doing construction, doing ceramic tile, natural stone. And then I've published over 25 million words in print, so that's a lot of writing. Plus I played MMOs for 25 years, and so I've just blown out these. And so now if I type more than like 2,000 words in a day, this whole area goes numb, and I've had it swell up like the size of a grapefruit before. It's gnarly. So I just have learned over the years. I don't do anything to aggravate, and I have no grip strength left here. Like there's no grip strength at all in like this half of the palm. And so for me, playing on a controller is great because it avoids that issue, which is awesome. Have I played Hell Is Let Loose? No. Shush, Lou. I like my warlock. Oh, you guys don't have the farmer unlocked yet? On Enshrouded? We'll get there. There's always one in the chat, isn't there, guys? There's always going to be one of those guys who's like, you're playing on easy mode. You're not actually playing the game. Alright. Follow the serpent to begin your ascension. The way will yield to the token of the serpent, which if I just follow the trail all the way down, that's probably what that's referring to. And then I probably could go down into it and run back through it and come out, because it looks like it's going to be a tunnel. So why not? Let's follow that serpent down. We saw some creepy lightning flashes and what looked like an effigy or something back in the woods over there. Oh, see, this is really cool. So remember that violinist back in town? I just found some more music for him. That's cool. That's right, Kato. As a trophy hunter, if the guide in question doesn't mention anything related to difficulty, I will play the game on the easiest difficulty available, because why make my playthrough stressful? Yes. Ooh, this is like a water... Oh, shit. Hang on, I gotta stun that, and then... Okay. Those are new. Thanks for the resub, Joe. 12 months, 1 year mark on Twitch. Boom, boom. That's a flex. That's an actual flex. 1 year. But damn. Badong. Badonkadonk. This looks like the rest of that UN. A drone module, surge step. Unit attaches to the user's back while deploying its propellers for maximum propulsion, assisting with accelerated tactical evasion maneuvers. Hang on, I think I can slot that because I only have like 3. Oh, so I see. So, like, while it's counting down, it just gives you enhanced movement the whole time that it's counting. So there's no That's pretty dope. That's cool. That's cool. Borderlands 4 is about to launch. Windsor says, can't believe all the post content with the high stakes will definitely get my money's worth. Yeah, I think any game that offers, it's like, here's a fun one that I know is triggering for some people, like when you have a game that launches and they have like an Ultimate Edition that has like DLCs included, and people bitch about it, and they're like, you're locking paid content behind a DLC, and it's like, duh. So like there's this controversy with Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade 2 having a couple of the clans locked behind DLCs, and it's like, dude, have you never played like World of Warcraft or EverQuest 2 or Lord of the Rings Online? Like, game companies have been locking new classes and new races behind DLCs for 25 fucking years. It's not new. There is nothing new about it, and yet this new generation of gamers are like, oh my god, it's corporate greed, they're trying to rip me off. And it's like, no. Those of us who love those games are going to buy the Ultimate Edition, like Borderlands 4, and we're going to get all of this content that we like. And all we're doing is we're pre-purchasing the DLCs. Whereas back in the day, you would wait till the DLC came out and then purchase the DLC. But now, I can pre-order Stalker 2, I can pre-order Space Marine 2, I can pre-order Indiana Jones of the Great Circle, I can pre-order X, Y, or Z games here, have all the DLCs already packaged together, and I'm good to go for the next 2 years. I'm absolutely playing Bloodlines. I can't wait. I've never played the original. Everything I've seen about Bloodlines 2 looks phenomenal. It looks like a cinematic narrative RPG experience that I can't wait to play. Or a cinematic action RPG, action adventure. I don't care. It looks badass. For sure.
Come to finish me off. You coward.
Who are you?
I'd sooner die before I tell you anything. Wait. Your necklace. Show it to me. Impossible. It's you. Please tell me you're not one of them.
No. I just stole their gear.
It's clever. There's so much to say. But the curtain falls on me, my son.
This is the
My boy,
blacksmith.
stolen from me. I am a vigil, sworn to protect Adea. We failed to stop the calamity, but hope stands before me. Take this. It's called the Keystone of Grief. Promise me, you must continue what we've begun to uncover. Find the journalist. Find Agatha. When you do, use the passcode Pentos. They won't trust you, especially dressed like that. I saw them escape into the rocky ridges to the southwest.
To the southwest.
Towards the old windmill.
Towards the windmill.
I'm sorry. My burden is now yours to carry. Promise me, we'll stop the calamity.
For anyone who was asking what's the story about, this is what the story is about.
I will. Is Agatha my mother?
Your mother is. dead.
So we got some answers, but not a lot of answers, and also more questions now. Oh, we get to see more interrogation. Puff, puff, pass.
I read your psyche, Val. The
Might change cameras. Give
military
me a second.
officially diagnosed you as being a high-functioning sociopath. I see why you were so successful. Out of curiosity, what's it like to barely feel anything?
Practical. I
Practical.
never second guess. I have no regrets, no fear, no animosity.
Even towards me?
Even you.
Give it time. I tend to bring out the worst in people.
Hey, it sounds like me.
So, could you help me understand something? Your father dies in front of you. Your mother is dead. Why pursue this?
I stared into my father's eyes and saw a man with something I never had.
Purpose.
And what was that?
An undying purpose.
I'm good. I've written a lot of stuff.
I stood in the home I was born in, and it only seemed to fill me with more emptiness. No memories, no feelings. Nothing had changed. In that moment, I felt a connection
To him?
to Hadia.
Interesting. So, where did you go from there?
Keystone of Grief, an ancient sculpture depicting a crying eye, was carved from a strange material obtained from the talus Visa Hills. Oh, a new styling option is available. What is that? Where's his hood down and cap on? Hood up and cap on. Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Thandar found a glowing sword and edge shrouded. It is, yeah, the glowing weapons are great. Alright, so there's a save point here. So also, this is the end of the... So we can actually probably... Hang on, if that's the end of the serpent... Oh, that's not technically the end of the serpent. No, it still keeps going. Oh, there's like a door or something up there. Those are the pills for the soldier. I know where to take those. I know exactly where to take those. Perfect. We might as well take care of this since we're down here. Ah, do his thing. Nice. Oh, wrong ability. This is the end, but I don't have whatever I need to get in here. Nah, neither one of these fits. Oh, you know what? I bet I do know where that Keystone of Grief fits, though. No, I don't. There's been a couple of places. I wonder if it would... I'm not going to remember now. I remember the tower had something I could put in, but I think it might have been some rods. I still haven't found the symbols to unlock the... There were some survivors that we found that I couldn't unlock the door on because they needed like charm things to put in the walls. Guardian. I have no idea where I'm going. I just randomly kept following this up here. Oh. Camping of survivors or something? In a mine?
Hi, mister. I'm Dag. I'm from Skell. When the bad men took Mama into the barn, I ran as fast as I could. And then Mrs. Koss found me. She's very nice, but she's sick. I'm watching Nika for her. That's her baby. I wish I could help her. But we dropped all our stuff when the monsters chased us in the tunnel. It was so dark and scary.
So there's stuff in the tunnel.
I don't know if it's the stress, the hunger, or the cold. I feel weak. My heart is beating out of my chest. I need the medication in my suitcase, and I have no idea where it is. What else could possibly go wrong in this hellhole? I'm so tired.
Well, I did find... Nah, this is gonna be for the other guy, I think.
You found my medication?
Oh no, it's for her.
What a relief. I was starting to make peace with Sethras. You've saved my life. Thank you. I can't even fathom what would have become of my poor baby if something happened to me. I just need to rest for a little bit.
Right.
My poor Max. We had to leave in such a hurry, we left him behind.
Who's Max?
I pray to Sethras that those Sabinian cretins...
That's gotta be the dog.
No, I should have just set him free. I'll never forgive myself.
That's gotta be the dog back in town.